Hey everybody, welcome back to GWN. I'm Knock, your host. I've been playing a lot of Builders Hall 7 over the last 24 hours here. Lots and lots and lots of attacks. Way too many attacks. Haven't been doing much else during the day, to be honest. Between this and the Builders Hall 6 games, I have been keeping very builder base busy. You can see my current base is on the screen, up to 4,424 trophies. I've been up and down through the trophy rankings over the last, 12 to 16 hours. Last night I was playing until, I think probably 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And I got to say, man, there has been some serious, brutal competition going on among people for these trophies. Most of my troops, of course, are level 12. The drop ship started off as level 1, and I got it up to level 6 last night for some of my attacks. I don't know. I mean, I'm on the fence about how well this troop is going to work out. It seems to be doing all right at level 6. Level 1 would really only work against the the Builders Hall 6, early Builders Hall 6 games. But level 6 seems to be doing okay in some scenarios against some of the Builder Hall 7s. So, still on the fence about it. We'll keep on playing it. 2, maybe 3 attacks in particular that I've been running. As everybody who knows me knows, I am an air attacker. Most of my time is spent attacking from the air. I don't do very much from the ground. I worked on Mitch. It was okay. It was not too bad. Mixed results on it. Had mixed results all day today. I mean, you can kind of see from the logs. I've been doing a lot of mass beta minion over the last couple of hours. It's been doing all right. The minion drops with 2 camps of drop ships, 1 camp of beta minions. It's been doing all right. A lot of 1-star results. I tell you, getting the 2nd star above 4,200 trophies, it's tough. It really is. The meta has definitely changed. It's become much more difficult above 4,200 trophies than it was before for BH6 alone, prior to the BH7 release. And I tell you, I feel sorry for BH6 players. You're not going to be in the 4,000s for very long. By this weekend, when all those other BH6 players upgrade, I think BH6 is going to get knocked out pretty fast and heavy. Every single Builders Hall 6 game I saw over the course of the last 24 or so hours has had the upgrade started. I think I may have seen 1 or 2 that didn't, but just about all of them had the upgrade started, and it's been something. Let's take a look at a couple of attacks. We'll start off here. I got a replay of Mitch. 72% 1-star. Would like to have seen better, but you get what you get, and you kind of take it from there. I led off with the beta minions just to kind of get started and try to take out that giant cannon. I keep calling it a canyon. The giant cannon. Because obviously 1 blast from that is going to take out not only a lot of health on the battle machine, but it's going to take out all the night witches because they're all clustered together. So you can see we took it out and then brought in the night witches with their bats. Unfortunately, the beta minions suffered pretty badly. This particular base has a number of dead zones where you can drop 1 beta minion and just let them go to work. And you can see I did that with 3 at the top, taking out 5 or 6 structures up there. The witches, they get into the middle. Unfortunately, the level 10 battle machine goes down fairly quickly, and we aren't going to get the 2-star. But we do get a very respectable 72% 1-star before the last couple of troops are taken out. This has kind of been my experience with Mitch at Builder Hall 7 overnight and much of the day today. It typically turns out a high 1-star, and that's about the extent of it. Let's see here. Lots of mass beta minion attacks. Mass beta minion is actually doing pretty good, and I'm happy to see that because the rush games that I have, especially the Phoenix Abyss Hyper Rush game, is going to be using that attack. So here's a 2-star. It's an early Builder Hall 7. You can see he does have the giant cannon down there, and of course he's got the 3 firecrackers and that. So I mean, he did develop the basics and pull buy that bonus pack, obviously. coming in from the top. Having those firecrackers so close to each other and having them so far away from a section of the base, it does tend to make it a little bit easier to get in there and take things out. And that's exactly what happens here. The beta minions are able to wipe out the top of the base and a fair portion of the side of the base, and of course get the builder hall. Again, because of the positioning of the firecrackers, and for that matter, the air bombs being so far down and away from the rest of the base. Battle Machine, I think, picks up one more. No, he doesn't. Actually, he gets taken down by the double cannon, doesn't he? Yeah. So there it is, 64% 2-star. More than enough for the win. Most of the games that I've been fighting in, you can see they're fairly low percentages. Even the ones where I've lost, don't typically go very high. This is probably the highest one here, this Bald Eagle from British Spirit. This is one of the two most common ground attacks that I've actually been seeing. It's either Bombarian, with the extra camp having typically the Barbarians, the Rage Barbarians in it, or sometimes they'll do a Builder's Hall 6 version of Bombarian, and the 5th camp has Giants in it. And it's pretty effective. Let's go ahead and watch this one. You see it comes in from the north and starts off with the bombers dropping the walls so that he can get through. This is a fairly standard attack on a diamond base. A lot of players use it. As always, no one base can defend against everything, but you just kind of do the best that you can with what you got. He's going to come down, take out the last of the stuff in the shroud there, and then the bombers open up the core for him. And from that point, it's all over with. He just floods it with Raged Barbarians. I mean, you get a gazillion Raged Barbarians under the new design. I mean, between upgrading them to level 14 like this guy did, and of course having the extra camp, you just can't go wrong. I mean, there's just too many of them. It's fun to watch. I hate the fact that I lost this attack, but it's a fun thing to watch as the Barbarians just swarm the the base and take it over. And I love when the giant cannon fires. That ball just keeps on going, man. It just goes right through him and keeps on going. So, yeah, congrats to Bald Eagle on that one. He did, I don't know who you are, but you did a good job. It was a nice attack. Of course, we've also got the baby dragon spam. And I've never been one for just spamming baby dragons. I do it sometimes just for the fun of it. But usually what I do is I lay them down in a more sensible fashion, kind of how can I spread them around and keep them enraged and so forth. This base was really good for that. As you can see, when I get them all deployed here, I was literally able to ring the entire base with baby dragons in a rage state with no air defenses really challenging me. I mean, the worst was that firecracker there that started firing on the first one, and then the roaster who fired on the other one. But before they're able to take anything out, I've got fully a third to a half of the base done. And that's with 4 baby dragons remaining, and of course my battle machine still sitting there, not having been used either. So it didn't take a whole heck of a lot more to be able to go in and get that 50%. As seems to be the case with most of the attacks I've been running, it's tough to get to that builder hall. I mean, no two ifs, ands, or buts about it. The additional defenses and the additional walls, they just make it tough to get in there. That's especially the case when you're attacking with air troops, but it happens with the ground troops as well. And of course, around the corner there and get hit by the crusher. Battle machine can't have a fight without getting hit by a crusher. And then just trying to scrape up a couple of extra percentage points here. (58%) 1-star. It was enough to do the job. And then, of course, there's the drop ships, minion drops. And I showed one of these attacks using the level 1 drop ships yesterday in our video. Today I've got one that's using level 6 drop ships. And you can see how that one goes. We're up against a Builder's Hall 7 in this attack. I gotta say, minion drop's pretty lethal against a lot of Builder's Hall 6 base designs. Not as good against the Builder's Hall 7 because of the added air defenses. And although I like the fact that the dropship is such a tank, it's kind of the Giants of the air attack, but it just gets hit with so much, so hard, so fast. They don't last very long. I mean, there we are. I mean, what are we, 30 seconds into the attack or something like that, and boom, they're gone. So it's important to get as much gone as you can with those dropships. Now, the battle machine has largely become irrelevant in most of these. And what I've started doing is trying to direct the air troops in such a way to clear a path to the Builder's Hall, but to get rid of that giant cannon, because the giant cannon is just killing me. Every attack, if I don't get the giant cannon down, I'm done. The battle machine is toast. He's not going to do anything for us. Here's a 58% 2-star with the dropships. If you look at some of the other attacks on here, you can see other players and what they've been using in the last 10. It's a real bummer we don't get more than 10 attacks in our battle log, but you know, we've got giants and witches, we've got all archers, we've got Mitch, we've got Bombarian, we have baby dragons and beta minions, another one of Mitch, baby dragons and beta minions, Mitch, minion drops, and giants and cannon carts. If I had to say the 3 strongest attacks right now, high level cannon carts and giants is awesome. It really does. It does a great job against a lot of box bases at Builder's Hall 7. The Bombarian and the Giant Bombarian does really well. I've lost a lot of battles over the last 24 hours to that attack. Then your sneaky archers are okay, but only against certain types of bases. You know, for example, the base that I'm running right now is actually fairly susceptible to a well-executed sneaky archer attack, mass sneaky archers, just because there's so many of them, they overwhelm you. There's not a whole lot you can do about this. They've got, 12 hours of invisibility cloak there. They can just attack and attack and attack before they ever even become available for the defenses to shoot at them. So, but those are some of the better attacks that are being run right now. From the air, I like the minion drops. I'm desperate to get the air, the drop ships to level 12 or 14 to see how well they perform when they get the extra hit points. I think they're going to do pretty good, to be honest. I might just take them up to level 10 and run another, 10 or 15 attacks with them, see how they perform at level 10, and then take them up to 12 and see if there's much of a difference, and then to 14. There's no doubt about it. That's the one that I'm going to be upgrading right now. And you can see in my Star Laboratory, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm upgrading them to level 7 at the moment. I ran out of gems. I got a little bit of gem time in, but I ran low, so now we're doing it the old-fashioned way, at least for the moment, until I can scrape up a little bit more to get a few other upgrades. Got the base up to level 6 all the way around, except for the giant cannon, which is still level 4. 2.4 million is really not that bad, and then I think the next level is 2.6 million, if memory serves. 2-day upgrades. We can knock that out pretty easy, and actually, even gemming, it's not all that expensive when you really think about it. Be sure to grab the Builder's Hall 7 pack, the bonus pack that you get when you upgrade to Builder's Hall 7. It not only puts you ahead of the curve, but for, say, $18, $20, whatever it ends up being, depending upon your currency, getting that giant cannon level 4 and the gold and the elixir and still getting gems, it's just a really, really big boost to your game. I mean, what? It puts you, what, 2.5, 3 weeks into the game, at least. And if you've already got your elixir full, you'll overfill it and immediately be able to drop the 5th Army Camp, which is excellent. I mean, you've got to have it at Builder's Hall 7. The Builder's Hall 6 players, all I can say to you guys is, man, get that upgrade going and get it upgraded soon. Builders Hall 6 isn't going to go above 3,500 trophies within the next 2 weeks. That's just the reality of it. Just like Builders Hall 5 was pushed down when Builders Hall 6 came out, we're going to see the same thing here happening on the game in no time. At any rate, that's what I have for you today. Just wanted to go over a little bit of what I'm seeing in the meta and the attacks that I've been doing and show you the new base that I'm running at the moment. I'll be forming up some additional attacks and some actual strategies to bring out tomorrow. And we will talk to you guys then. Thanks a lot for sticking around to the end. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.